Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about StarkNet, the airdrop and the tradings, my strategy, the public sentiment, etc. Because it's a big project, I believe a lot of people would want to know how others are playing it, etc. So let's get straight into it. First of all, per usual, nothing is financial advice in my video, guys, and I do mean that. This stuff is extremely risky. Always do your own research. So StarkNet, they recently announced their airdrop and people can see their allocations. So in case you want to know where you can get allocation from, etc. I'm sorry, to see your allocation. First, you can go on their Twitter at Stark. That's their Twitter. The website to see if you're eligible or not is provisions with the S at the end .starknet.io. You connect your Argent X or your Bravos wallet, and then you can see if you're eligible. As you can see, I'm eligible here. And then if you click the see your allocation, it will show you how much. What happened recently is they announced their airdrop and seemed like the public wasn't happy with it because of how strict their requirement was. And I can understand why projects would want to make it strict because there's a lot of farmers and a lot of bots, but there's a balance that needs to be had. I believe they went a bit too strict and the public sentiment was very bad. And then they even tweeted recently, which I'll get to, trying to do some damage control. And then on top, I've got some of my videos. If you guys haven't seen, if you don't know what StarkNet is or about the airdrop, etc., you can watch some of my videos. I'll leave the link in the description, or you can just go on my channel and type in StarkNet if you're on desktop, and it will give you all my videos on StarkNet. But what happened was, on top of that, they had someone in their Telegram. I believe he was an admin or is one of the team members. I don't really follow the team and the Telegram very closely, but they were calling people e-beggars, and it didn't help. That didn't help the community sentiment, right? And here you can see Ansem's tweet. Ansem's like quite like a influencer, you can call it, on Twitter, and he's got 200k followers. He's like on a lot of podcasts. He's like the new, like in 2018 or 2020 we had the influential people on Twitter, right? He's one of the more influential people that this will run. He got a tweet showing how someone on their Telegram was referring to people as e-beggars, as the community, right? Or at least that's how it looks like. And then they're throwing shade that they say here that apparently, say for example, it's absolutely 100% clear that linear followers and it's 99% or 95% artificial. This is the admin saying it in their official, and so they're throwing shade at the community, then they're throwing shade at other L2s. It's just not a good look. And then linear here is just making a meme out of it, right? Because everyone be laughing at StarkNet. So I haven't got I haven't got a dog in this race or whatever however the saying goes, guys. I'm not really fussed like that, but I'm just trying to give you an overview because towards the end of this video, I'm gonna talk about like my personal strategy or what I think might happen in the market when the coin starts trading. So the coin's going to start trading on the 20th, which is probably going to be a day. Today is 19th. Yeah, this video is going to go upload today. So hopefully if you see it straight away, tomorrow it's gonna be trading. And now public sentiment matters a lot when it comes to tokens. And I'm going to look at my notes, but I just remembered one thing. The public sentiment's not going good, and it's going so bad that they even tweeted saying, thanks for everyone who's spoken out over the last days. We're listening and we hear you all. There's more to come, and community matters above all else. So now there's sort of speculation that they might try to include more people in the airdrop, etc. But in my opinion, when you do something like this, you gotta kind of go all out now, because if you change your words and all that stuff, it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't look that good. I guess you can buy some communities out, but people will still remember. And one of the airdrops that remind me, because I've been getting airdrops since airdrops were even a thing, right? I remember a project called Paraswap. I don't know if you guys heard of that, but it's like a aggregator, like 1inch on Ethereum, and they've done a very stringent airdrop that allowed that disqualified a lot of legitimate users, and the community wasn't happy. And ever since that, in my opinion, I don't think they ever recovered, like community wise. And that's why it's really important to do a very good fair airdrop, because think about it, guys, like projects like this, Stark, where the company behind it, they haven't given the public any investment rounds, ICO, IDO. There's no way the public could have, got into any of these previous rounds. And, last official round was at 8 billion. And we know the tier one investors in this project, right? At the very least, you could help the community by giving some good rewards for them using your net, right? Because you're not giving us an investment opportunity. Fair enough, you could do an airdrop. Now I get it, you need to have some sort of rules to try to get rid of a lot of bots, and bots are getting more sophisticated, but try not to make it that strict that even that legitimate users are not getting it, right? This is probably a whole different subject altogether. But what I do want to talk about is my potential play and the token, etc., valuation, the way I plan to trade it, etc., when it comes out. So there's a few worrying things that come to mind when it comes to the actual token. So first of all, we have some investors that are like insolvent now, or you can say no longer around. So you got Alameda Research and you got Three Arrows Capital. These people's tokens, what exactly gonna happen? Are they gonna be like sold straight away, or they're gonna gradually be sold? I don't think it's clear yet what's happened to both of these investors' tokens. So that's the first worried thing. The second thing is the unlocks are extremely bad. This is one of the worst unlocks I've seen out of big projects in a long time. What happened was the long or short of it is they've locked up the token for a year, and what has happened is that year started in November last year. Not last year, as in 2023, 2022. 2022 is when they started their token generation event, and then you couldn't trade or transfer the token. You could just stake it, and they are saying that the investors will get the token 1 year after that, which was 2023 November. And then when November came, the token weren't ready to be traded, etc. Then they postponed it by 5 months. So December, January, February, March, April. So now in April, it's going to start unlocking for the private investors. And we're getting the token in end of February, give or take end of February. So 2 months after now is when these people are going to start getting their token. In terms of the token, right now, when it initially launches, there's going to be 7.3. So the total supply is 10 billion tokens. There'll be 7.3% circulating, which is 730 million, give or take. And then in 2 months' time, in April, we're going to get twice that amount of tokens coming on the market. So it'll be about 20% of the tokens going to be circulating. So keep that in mind. So now that in mind, as you can see, look here, is February, April time, it starts, and then 2 months time, boom, we get the big drop, right, of the new tokens. So there's going to be 13% circulating, 20% circulating in 2 months. Bearing all that in mind, I've made my price predictions, rough price predictions. Here, we can see, just before I forget, guys, because I think I might forget, there's a really good thread by Beacon. I'll put his link in the description. If you're interested in other airdrops or in this ecosystem, etc., other airdrops in the StarkNet, Starkware ecosystem, there's this good thread where he talks about the different projects, etc., and what you need to do, etc., and to potentially get those airdrops. I can make a separate video on which ones I think is good or bad, etc. But he's called Beacon_early. If you want to see other projects, or even if you're not interested in airdrops, you need to know what's a good wallet, etc. There's quite a lot of projects here where he talks about. So now that I've got that out of the way, I want to talk about the valuation. There's total 10 billion tokens, total ever going to be 10 billion tokens. Initial circ is going to be 730 million, and circulating in 2 months is going to be around 2 billion. So now Stark 1.4 billion Stark, which is about 13% supply that's going to be added, all right? 7 plus 13% is around 20, and then just say 20.5, but let's just keep it simple, 20. So now initial trading price. Now what's going to happen with this project is people are going to compare this to Arbitrum and Optimism. That's just no doubt how people are going to compare this project, right? And I've made this note yesterday, so it shouldn't have changed too much. Optimism is going for about 370, fully diluted market cap 15, and market cap is 3.5. Arbitrum is going for $2, and the market cap is around 2.5 billion, fully diluted is 20 billion. Now, in my opinion, because the sentiment, etc., isn't very good, what would possibly happen with this is it might insta dump at launch, and so we could see the rank, but I believe the ranks were like top 50 ranks on both of these coins, Arbitrum and Optimism. Now, if it insta dumps, what I plan to do, around 2 billion market cap, below 2 billion, it could be a buy, because I know there's bad sentiment right now, but when a lot of the thing about crypto is a lot of FUD changes, and don't forget, guys, they have been building, there are big projects, etc., but I wouldn't dismiss communities. What I'll do, I'll actually wait for it to start trading and just analyze the sentiment, etc. If the sentiment isn't good, then I'll probably just wait it out. I'll just probably hold my own airdrop tokens, and I won't buy more. But if I think it's too undervalued, like it goes below 1 billion or 500 million, then I might accumulate a little bit, because at the end of the day, they do have an ecosystem, etc. One thing to bear in mind, they're not EVM compatible. You do have to, there is a bit of a barrier to entry in the ecosystem. You do need their wallet, etc. You can't just use it in MetaMask or all these other EVM wallets. Anyway, so around 2 to 4 billion, I might hold. If it starts trading around 2 to 4 billion, I might hold. And if it goes over 4 billion, most likely I'll sell some of my tokens, some of my airdrop allowance, sometimes I will sell it. But like I said, a lot of this stuff are just intuitive, on the day, on the spot, depending on the sentiment, depending on a lot of things. Because what might happen, what might be the play with this is also, if I stake my airdrop allowance, which is free, I might get other ecosystem tokens. That's why I'm thinking maybe hold them, or if I need those tokens to, maybe use the other protocols. So for example, Argent or Bravos, if they decide to do an airdrop, yeah, I'll need to use their protocol, right? So what better token to use than, the StarkNet token itself. All that being said, if it does go over like 5, 6, 7 billion, then yeah, I might sell some and then go from there. But just a quick side note, the last previous official round was 8 billion fully diluted market cap. Bear that in mind. But yeah, all this time when I was talking about the market cap, not the fully diluted. So yeah, guys, hope you got some value from this video. I will see how I play this, but make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification. I've got 2 other really good videos coming out this week, which you don't want to miss. And the sooner you are, the better, because some of this stuff tends to be time sensitive. I hope you got some value from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.